a fan of the club probably would not really see it in a very objective manner. Looking from Arsenal, did you see us now kind of rush their game today, or was it just like a business one of those days?
So, as an unbiased fan, like you said, I'm a United fan, so I'm looking at this not with my emotions, but just as someone that loves the game of football.
Transit TV, welcome back again. We are neck deep into the running, the popular business of the season, EPL. Some very dramatic and shocking results this weekend, though some of them long time coming. Arsenal losing at the Emirates, something that is not seen about Arsenal so far this season, especially since the turn of the year, their first loss of 2024. Liverpool as well, losing at Anfield to Crystal Palace. This morning, when the game for us here in the United States, it was in the morning when Liverpool lost. I'm sure Arsenal fans all around the globe saw it as an opportunity to go clear on top of the table, 2 points. But at the end of the day, City is sitting pretty on top of the table, 2 points ahead of Arsenal and Liverpool. Though Arsenal still has a superior goal advantage. Is a dark day for Liverpool fans, is a dark day for Arsenal fans. And what else? What do we do in the studio? We come here, we break it down, we'll help you understand what happened, and we try to look into the future to see what's going to happen. 6 games to go. The running is real, and the EPL is winding down. Manchester City again looks like they run away with this one again. EPL is dubbed the best league in the world for a reason, for days like this. But on the flip side, is it going to be the best league in the world? And Manchester City is winning 5 times in a row. That's what we're going to find out today. Guys, you are welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Sir.
Thanks, man. I know you've been away to Nigeria. I hope you had fun over there and your program went well.
Yes, I did. Yeah, it's nice to be back. Nice to be back on Transit TV. Albeit on a on a rather unfortunate day, but that's not losing.
Okay, I believe it's good to see you again, Omazi. Nice to see you, bro.
Always a big love.
Shaba always repping United. I know you're back again. You still have your mark at the Home of Affairs at Old Trafford. I hope you have the song change or the same song.
Hag. No, he's no longer 10 Hag. He's now 9 Hag. His retirement party is coming very soon.
He's gonna be gone Hag soon.
Yeah. Hey, let me ask you quickly. Do you think that maybe Liverpool losing earlier on, the rush of emotions and eagerness to grab the 3 points kind of affected Arsenal players, considering the chances that they created in the first half? They were very dominant in the first half, created chances. Kai Havertz, Jesus, Saka, for me, all these players were wasteful in the first 45 minutes of that game. Do you think maybe that loss Liverpool had kind of affected them and they had rush of blood in their heads? Because normally the Arsenal usually take away their chances. And by 20 minutes, there are 2 or 3 goals up and games are wrapped up.
It's a hard one to say, if they were adversely affected by the earlier result. You always want to think, okay, we got this in the bag. If you have a result like that quote unquote favors us. Maybe they were too overeager per se. Maybe Arteta was too excited to really, I guess, pounce on Villa. And when, like you said, we usually wrap up games in the first 15, 20 minutes. So when that didn't happen, I think he almost panicked. And the substitutions he made later on in the game, trying to save the 3 points, I think were our ultimate downfall and demise. So it's hard to say if the Liverpool result affected our mentality. I just think it was an off day, just like any good team may have in the world. It's just one of those bad days.
Yeah, Shaba, let me ask you. You know, you're looking at it from outside. Sometimes you always have a cooler head looking at stuff because as an emotionally attached person to a game, a fan of the club probably would not really see it in a very objective manner. Looking from outside, did you see us now kind of rush their game today, or was it just like a say one of those days?
So, as an unbiased fan, like you said, I'm a United fan, so I'm looking at this not with my emotions, but just as someone that loves the game of football. Arsenal played their game. Arsenal played their game. They had their chances. There was a one-on-one chance, or rather, there was a chance that Trossard had, and Martinez just happened to be there when he connected with the ball. So both teams, it was a very even game. Both teams had opportunities on either end to put the game away. It just so happened that the gods of football smiled on Aston Villa today. You know, when you look at the second goal, for example, you see that the same guy that I've been talking about in Odegaard as my MVP for Arsenal was one that tracked all the way back.
No, it was Smith Rowe.
It was Smith Rowe.
Oh, sorry,
he got subbed out.
Yeah. My apologies, but typically it wouldn't be someone of that caliber that will be tracking back. It would be a Rice, it would be a Gabriel, or it would be someone that is more defensive minded. But Arsenal played their game, which is to attack and score a ton of goals, and it didn't work out for them today. You know, doesn't mean it won't work out for them next time, but for today, both teams had their chances. One team came out on top, so it was just one of those days. Bad day at the office for Arsenal.
Okay, I hear you. Let me touch base with you right quick. Oh, I don't know if you were the last show we had. I think it was me, Ebenezer, and Omazi. We're talking about lineup changes, who starts and who doesn't start. Like, what's his name? Trossard is more of an impact player than starting a game. Do you think that Arteta kind of tinkered with the game, the lineup a little bit, especially since the turn of the year? Kai Havertz had been the point man for Arsenal, and he's been working. And he's been scoring goals, take chances, create chances, make runs. But today he went with Gabriel Jesus and dropped Kai Havertz in the midfield. For me, without blaming Kai Havertz, I think Kai Havertz, for me, or I believe, played a role in this result, being that in the midfield, I don't think he's as effective as he has been for Arsenal up top.
Up front.
So playing him in the midfield and not having him in the attack, do you think Arteta somehow tinkered too much with the team? Because they say if it doesn't break, don't fix it.
Not particularly. Okay,
go ahead to that.
Was that my question? Or
Yes.
Okay. First of all, credit to Shaba. Excellent analysis of the game. I will agree with you 100%. A game of two teams that came to compete. You know, on a given day, if you're strong enough and you want it badly enough, you get rewarded for it. The Villa got rewarded for it today. Then coming to the question of tinkering, I partially agree. There was a bit of tinkering today, which I can give several reasons for, and I can understand why. But even at that, whether I understand why or not, they're still tinkering. The main tinkering that I did not like was Zinchenko playing ahead of Kivio. After everything that Kivio has done so far, especially since the turn of the year, I don't think he deserves being dropped over probably one half of a game that he struggled after all the excellent games he played. And so I also agree with Havertz. Havertz has been a lot more effective up front. I don't know why we had to play Trossard and Jesus, who is not even half as clinical as Havertz as far as I'm concerned. Jesus and Zinchenko continue to frustrate me at varying levels. Jesus less so than Zinchenko. Zinchenko continues to frustrate me badly. Let me stop there for now.
Yeah, Omezi, I don't know if you agree with Boom on Zeni, because we all agree that Arsenal had chances in the first half. It's just that the front player did not take their chances. And part of the reason why these chances were created was because Zinchenko kept occupying spaces in that midfield and pushed Arsenal forward. Do you agree with Ogum that Zinchenko shouldn't have played? I think I'm not against what he said, but just in your own thoughts, what do you think? Do you prefer us Arsenal having control and creating chances as against being solid defensively? Because it looks like when Zinchenko plays, depending on what Arteta is trying to do, Arsenal has more control and probably create more chances. But unfortunately today, like Chaba said, they didn't take the chances. So would you have preferred a solid defensive thinking of Kivio being the left back, or what Zinchenko delivered in the first half?
Hindsight is 2020, to be honest. If we're going to look back at this result and make any changes, it's really not going to do much for us because Zinchenko, for instance, we all spoke about it here. His defensive lapses and everything, for all the good he does going forward, his defensive lapses, those defensive lapses are very, very, very hard to come back from. Very hard. Because you might be playing so well, and then one error just happens, and boom, it puts us in this shaky mindset. And that's why, for me, I don't, especially for teams that are so close to us, I don't that have good attacking prowess down that right-hand side of defense for us, or left-hand side of defense. I don't like seeing Zinchenko there because it always proves a huge
liability.
You have someone like, so going forward, we're not really receiving the benefits of him talking into the midfield. We're not receiving it. So it's like, it's useless. I would have easily played a Tomiyasu there today if I didn't want to play Kivio, for instance.
Yeah. But tell me anytime about Tomiyasu. But the point is, the goals that Arsenal considered today had nothing to do with Zinchenko. So why are we not happy that he played?
Reggie, I can take you up on Zinchenko. We can go over on Zinchenko for the next 15 minutes.
Because going forward,
I'll give you several reasons
he did his job defensively. The goals we considered, he was going to be blamed.
You're running with
Arsenal went on the counter. All the players.
Zinchenko helps us create chances.
You're
running with a narrative that Zinchenko helps us create chances. Please, all the games that we won with Kivio, did we not create chances and win with several goals? Why is this suddenly when Zinchenko plays that we have control?
Before Kivio started playing last season, Arsenal had 72 points like 5 games before now. Zinchenko was playing. So my point is, and when Zinchenko plays, there's a way the team is structured. Gabriel Magalhaes usually covers that side. The defensive midfielder drops, and all of a sudden we pin teams to their front. Like Messi said, it's easy to talk from hindsight.
Did you pin Aston Villa to their front today? What control did you have?
If you watch the game, like I said, first half, Chaba said it. Arsenal had. If there's anybody in the Arsenal lineup that you want a chance to fall to, the best of chances is fair to Trossard, and he's the best finisher in Arsenal. He messed it up. So he has nothing to do with Zinchenko today. That's my point. I'm not saying
that. No, he has a lot to do with Zinchenko.
How? We had chances. Where he was playing in first half, we had 3 or 4 chances.
The first bar that Aston Villa hit was
I don't know why you're blaming Zinchenko. You're talking about Saka. Saka was woeful today. He messed a lot of chances up.
The guy is obviously a weak link as far as I'm concerned.
It begins to sound like an agenda. I know that defensively
is a bad link
is not strong. But today's game, I don't see any. He had mistakes in the game, but his mistake had nothing to do with we conceding goals and losing the game.
Tracking Leon Bailey, for instance, for that first goal. Tracking Leon Bailey, that ball, literally, Leon Bailey was unmarked to the team for him to react to that ball. Omezi,
remember, that was a corner kick, and corner kicks are defended in zones. Everybody have their roles. Zinchenko was in front, where he's supposed to be. If you're going to blame anybody, blame Declan Rice. He switched off.
No. I'm not talking about the second goal. I'm talking about the second goal. I'm talking about the first one.
The first goal was corner kick. If you remember, the ball came from the other side.
Yeah,
This was the pitch where he's supposed to be defending. The person that was supposed to be defending the back post was Declan Rice. He switched off.
I think it was just a major lapse in concentration for the first goal.
Yeah, it was just the entire team. My point is, I'm not saying Zinchenko is strong defensively. Don't get me wrong. But I'm saying today's game, I don't think I should blame Zinchenko. If I have to blame any player, he's the player that played up front. But they had chances.
Can I speak on this Zinchenko issue? I feel that if you watch Arteta throughout the season, for example, the City game, once Doku came, Arteta took Kivio out and put Tomiyasu because he needed someone that could match his agility, right?
Exactly.
When Bailey came in, he should have done the same thing. He should have taken Zinchenko out.
I agree.
No, you guys
already 1-0.
No, you weren't. You weren't. It was Bailey that scored the goal. It was still 0-0 at that point.
It was still 0-0.
Right.
Yeah. So that's one of the mistakes that Arteta made is he left Zinchenko. Zinchenko is good tactically, but he's not good. He can't match Bailey one-on-one, and that's one of the mistakes he made.
I think. Oh, sorry. No, go ahead. Keep going.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I think the biggest mistake of the game was putting on Tomiyasu for Ben White instead of for Zinchenko. I think up until that point, I actually think, Aston Villa had the better opportunities. You know, Leandro Trossard had that clear-cut opportunity, but they hit the post twice. And I was thinking when the goals didn't go in from those attempts, I was like, okay, maybe God's smiling down on Arsenal. But I think Mikel Arteta just, like I had mentioned previously, he kind of got a little too overecstatic and worried, okay, like we have to secure these 3 points. And he thought Zinchenko would still be that pillar that would really hold Arsenal's midfield like going up front. But I think that was the biggest mistake we could have made. And starting Trossard, instead of having him come off the bench, having Kai Havertz in the middle, when we should have played him up front, having Jesus start. I mean, these are players that I think would play better off the bench. And coming back to Zinchenko's downfalls, I will say there were moments in the game that I really did see him kind of be that person that gave unnecessary balls away. I mean, I remember he was trying to dribble out from the 6-yard box, had the ball turned over. It's like these unnecessary things. So for the first goal, I think even though it was coming off of a corner, it wasn't a direct corner. You know, they played the ball back into the box, and Zinchenko should have came back and had that line. I mean, again, there was a lapse in concentration. Nobody marked Leon Bailey, but when you're thinking about positionally, that's where Zinchenko should be, right? The second goal,
that was still the same. It was still the same. What did they call it? The same run of play. There's no way once they play corner, you start running into position. No, you defend your zone until that ball is cleared. Then everybody is. We have seen right backs end up in left back position for corner
100%.
It's clear. So in that position, that one, if there's anybody that switched off in that game, it was Declan Rice. But because of what he has done for Arsenal this season, nobody's going to mention his name. He was Declan Rice. That was the last person that was supposed to.
I actually thought it was
Saliba switched off too. If you look at that goal, he was in no man's land.
It was Gabriel and even Raya. Raya was
even Raya, exactly.
I don't know why he didn't go into that ball with some bravery. You know, but like you said, Omezi, it's his hindsight now. It's easy to say all this. You know, the game has come and gone.